everyone, it's Mary with Happy Pine Soap. Welcome back to my channel. Feel free to hit that subscribe button because I release tutorials on a weekly basis. Today we're going to be learning how to create this gorgeous seashell inspired Nautilus Swirl in our cold process soap. I went with a pink and green theme because the scent is pink strawberry from Brambleberry. I also am going with some colors that very reminiscent again of that pink strawberry. Candy apple, which is this deeper red. We have pretty kitty, which is a vibrant neon. We have guava lava, which is kind of a muted pink. And last but not least, we have chromium oxide green, which is really reminiscent of the leaves of the strawberry. We'll also need a soap mold with separate dividers. This one has the capacity for 3 plastic dividers, and you can find similar molds such as this one on Amazon. Here I have my melted oils, and they're at about 100 degrees. You want to use a fluid recipe for this design, and the lye solution is about 78 degrees. I like to strain my lye solution through a stainless steel mesh strainer. This is optional. You don't have to if you don't want to. Go ahead and burp your stick blender, and you will start by blending it for about 10 seconds. Go ahead and lift the bell of the blender up and check for emulsion. And then I, in this case, went for about another 10 seconds before I was satisfied that emulsion had been reached. Then you go ahead and pour your fragrance. This one has been blended with a little bit of kaolin clay, and gently hand stir it in. And here I'm showing you the colors, the pre-mixed micas now that I have actually poured into separate containers with 12 ounces of soap batter. You just gently stir in the pre-mixed mica colors by hand. You will start with your first color. In this case, it's the green. Go ahead and hold down the plastic divider, and you will gently and slowly pour in the green color. I did have to kind of pull the plastic divider back a little bit in order to make room for the soap batter. You want to pour each color almost all the way to the top, but make sure you leave about a ½ inch at the top because you will be needing to fix the lines of soap at the end, which I'll show you here in just a moment. So basically, leave some soap in your pour containers for each color. Once you are done pouring all the colors, carefully remove your plastic dividers and you can set them aside in a bowl. Now you are to the part where you will start carefully pouring the remainder in your pour container to top off the rest of the soap mold. As you see, some of the colors do bleed into the colors next to them, but it actually doesn't affect the completed design because as you pour each color, it kind of fixes itself basically. You'll see as I pour each color, the lines do straighten out and they stop bleeding into each other. All right, don't forget to tap your mold gently on the counter to release any air bubbles. And this one, essentially, you will start by swirling in a simple up and down motion here. Your chopstick or whatever swirling tool you wish to use will go all the way to the bottom of the soap mold, and you will be dragging it along the bottom as you make these up and down swirls. Now you are ready for your Nautilus swirl. Essentially, I've marked out every 2.5 inches along this 10-inch mold. And so each one of your Nautiluses will be in those 2.5-inch spaces. You will essentially start in the corner and make a circle that gets progressively smaller, and then carefully pull your chopstick up and out of the middle without disturbing the rest of the soap. And again, your chopstick is going all the way to the bottom of the soap mold as you do each one of these Nautiluses. For the most vibrant colors, it's a great idea to oven process your soap. Essentially, you will put the finished loaf into a warm oven that's been heated to 170 degrees. You turn the oven off, put your soap in, and then you can leave the oven light on, and you can put the soap in there for about 3 hours before taking it out. I left this to the next day to cut it, basically. And as you see, just like the swirl, I am going to be cutting this into 2.5-inch chunks, basically. The Nautilus on top is the actual design, so we don't want to cut this like a typical bar. We're going to be first cutting it into chunks and then turning the chunks sideways to cut the Nautilus. Now you're ready to cut your first Nautilus. Basically, take your 2.5-inch chunk, turn it sideways, and about at the halfway mark, you'll cut this piece into half. And as you see, it forms a perfect Nautilus shell, and each bar will look pretty much identical. It's a really pretty design, and not too difficult to make either. Once again, I so appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel and watching my videos. All of your comments and your subscriptions and likes are so appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next soapy video. Take care, everyone.